Hello everyone, I'm Bruffy1322 and welcome to the next installment in the countdown of the best fully upgraded cars in GTA Online. If this is the first video you've seen in this series, click the annotation below or the link in the description and everything will be explained in the intro video. Otherwise, let's continue from where we finished off last time. So in the previous video we saw that the car in 61st position managed to get a lap time of 1 minute 13.771. And just beating it in 60th position is the Huntley S, which managed a lap time of 1 minute 13.704. So the Huntley S is our best SUV, it's our first placed SUV, and it's absolutely dominant. You know, it's around 2.5 seconds and around 12 places higher than the previous SUV, the second placed SUV, and it's absolutely dominant. You know, it's only rivaled by the Vans class and the Utilities class in terms of having a dominant vehicle at the head of it. So you do need a Huntley S in the SUVs class, otherwise you're going to make life a lot more difficult for yourself. So in 59th position we have quite a surprise with the Intruder, which is our 4th placed sedan. Now this was a surprise to me, just the fact that it got such a high result, but when it puts its spoiler on, it really does help it get around those corners, and it already has a good bit of power, and with a 113.6, that's quite a good lap time for the sedans, and to be in 4th place, that's very good for that as well. So in 58th place, just ahead of it, is the Fugitive, another sedan, and the Fugitive really suffers from not having a spoiler. You know, fully upgraded, it still maintains that 3rd position in sedans with a 113.5, but now it is a bit of a way off the 2nd and 1st place sedans, and for it to be sort of training lap times with the Intruder, it certainly loses a lot of time there because it doesn't have the spoiler available to it. So in 57th position we have the Oracle. Now this is our first coupe that we've seen in this series, and this is our 11th placed and last placed coupe in the game. This is the older version of the Oracle with a 113.5, just a little bit quicker than what we've just seen. The older version is slightly slower than the newer version, so just keep that in mind when you're looking at which Oracle to buy, if you do indeed want one. And we will see the newer Oracle in a future video. So that was 57th position, and in 56th position we have the Injection. Now the Injection is our 3rd best off-road car in the game. It's with a 113.470. It's not too bad of a lap time, but it is still a fair bit off the pace of the top off-road vehicles in the game. You can use it if you want, you know, fully modded it's not too bad, but it's not going to do anything special. And just to let you know that this video has been the most versatile in terms of the classes that we've seen. From 60th position all the way to 53rd, we're going to have seen 7 different classes in the game. So that's quite interesting there, and that's the most that we've ever seen in one of these videos, that we have 7 different classes spanning 8 spots in these videos. So in 55th position we have the JB700, and this is our 5th place sports classic car with a 113.3. It's a bit of a surprise to me that this was so good, but when it is fully modded, it's quite well balanced. It does have good speed. And yeah, it's quite a good sports classic car to have. A little bit off the pace, but not too much. So in 54th position we have the Penumbra, which is our next worst sports car after the Futo. Obviously 20th in sports, 2nd worst sports car. With a 113.3, it's not going to be doing anything special in sports races. It's quite slow. The spoiler does help it get around the corners a little bit more, but it just doesn't have the power really. And yeah, it's just a bit of a poor vehicle to see, which is a shame, but yeah, you know, the sports class has a very, very wide variety of cars in it. So in 53rd position is the Buccaneer. Now the Buccaneer is our 7th placed muscle car with a 113.273. When it is fully upgraded, it does feel like a decent car to drive. You know, it feels quite nice, not too slidey that you tend to get from the other muscle cars, and it's quite an interesting one to have. Although obviously it's still only 7th place in muscle cars, so it's not going to be challenging anytime soon for the top spots. But yeah, it's not too bad to drive. And in 52nd position we have another muscle car with the Gauntlet. Now the Gauntlet always used to be one of the better muscle cars, but now with a 112.9, it's only slightly better than the Buccaneer. Fully modded, 6th place in muscle. It really does suffer from a lack of a spoiler. You know, the fact that it doesn't have a spoiler, whereas a lot of the other muscle cars that are ahead of it have gained that spoiler and that extra traction, that's really hurt the Gauntlet. The Gauntlet is way off the pace in the muscle cars class now because of that. So in 51st position, and to finish off this video, is the Monroe, which is our 4th placed Sports Classic car with a 1:12.4, about half a second quicker than what we've just seen from the Gauntlet. The Monroe is a little bit off the pace of the top Sports Classic cars, but it can certainly be used. It doesn't cost too much, so it's not too bad if you're on a budget. Obviously it's around a second a lap quicker than the JB700, and the Monroe can definitely be used in the Sports Classics races, but it's not going to be challenging the top spots for overall lap time. So there you have it, we're starting to get some interesting findings and a bit more variety at this point in the series. In the next video we'll start with the first cars in the top 50. Let me know what you think is going to be in the next video from 50th all the way down to 41st. Leave a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoyed or you found it helpful. Thanks a lot for watching everyone, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.